Hello, New Orleans Saints fans. I am Todd Graffanini. This is John DeShazier. This is the final edition of the New Orleans Saints Training Camp Report right here on CST. It is hard to believe, but little over 3 weeks we have done this show daily after each and every training camp practice. JD, I cannot believe that the end has come.
Been a good run, been a good camp, and hopefully we informed you as well as entertained you.
JD, even though training camp practices are waning and near the end, there's still a lot of work to do for these players.
Look, they still continue to go through situations, and the only way you can get better at it is to practice it. Now, you'll get in those game situations and you'll learn trial under fire, but you've got to practice those situations no matter how minute, no matter how rare. You've got to go through them in practice, and so that's what they're doing.
Exactly, and they did it again here today in the indoor facility at the Oshner Sports Performance Center, and head coach Sean Payton talks about the multiple situations they ran through today.
Spontaneous third down, no-brainer freeze, fourth and short. We hit a number of them, really. Look, you don't know what game they're going to. Sometimes you might go three years before one of them comes up, and then there are other situations that are going to come up, at least every other week. But overall, we got a lot of good snaps just relative to the practice. We had a red zone period, a third down period. It was good work.
Well, JD, despite the end of training camp getting close, they're still bringing guys in, and 2 new ones we saw today and heard from post-practice. First, safety Heath, who has really not been in this position in his long NFL career. He's never had to try out before, but he did obviously pass the tryout because he signed a contract with the Saints.
Yeah, he's a veteran player. He's been a productive player. The Saints can always use depth at that position. You can't have too many good guys in the secondary. It's one of those positions where you need as much quality as you can possibly acquire.
Here is new safety Heath.
It was rough. It was a long day yesterday too. I mean, we had the physicals and workout, and it was a long day. Started really early, and then that was the nightcap, was the 40 up downs. But yeah, I mean, I guess that's how all the new guys have to buy into the defense that way. So, guys were telling me about that during the day, and I thought they were joking, and then I really had to do it, and I was like, I don't know if I was mentally ready for that, but I got through it. So.
Well, with kicker Brett Maher going on injured reserve earlier in the week, JD still have 2 preseason games left with Will Lutz on the shelf. Got to sign another kicker, and we got him today in Aldrick Rosas, who is a very large individual, I might add.
He looks like a linebacker.
He does.
He is a big, big dude. And, Coach Payton says he has a real lively leg, which is what we saw out of him in practice.
Yeah, he made a 54-yarder in practice, so he's got the leg. Let's hear from our new kicker, Rosas.
Will being hurt, I thought it'd be great to come in, and it was a great organization, a great team, and I think it's a great chance to be here. I feel like being on a great team, definitely takes pressure off. This offense can score from anywhere. I've played against them before in my career, and I know that firsthand. So, when I see the team doing great, I want to go out there and help the team win as much as I can.
When we come back, we will magically transport to the Caesars Superdome for last night's practice in the Dome. It was great to see the black and gold under the Dome roof. We will get to that in our next segment. Todd Graffanini, John DeShazier with you on CST, presented by SeatGeek. Welcome back to the New Orleans Saints Training Camp Report right here on CST. I'm Todd Graffanini, John DeShazier. JD, a little different from the previous segment of the show. As you can tell, we are within the friendly confines of the newly renovated Caesars Superdome. Saints with a workout in the Dome. Always do it prior to the first preseason game. Got to break in the new turf, got to get the lighting straight, the surroundings. It's just great to be back in here.
All those things sound kind of elementary, and yet they're necessary. You need to get the players in here to get a feel for the turf, get a feel for the lighting. All those things that we take for granted, the players can't, because the field changes, as you mentioned, a new field, so it feels different. So you got to break it in a little bit, and for guys to get comfortable out here maneuvering around on it.
Another 2-hour practice, and again, a big-time emphasis on the 2-minute drill. We've really seen that now for the last week and a half as far as these red zone and 2-minute installs. Big play today, Jameis Winston stepping up in the pocket and hitting Chris Hogan for an 80-yard touchdown during the 2-minute.
You know, we've talked about his arm. He has a golden one. Yeah, he climbed the pocket and unleashed it, and it was a beautiful throw. Again, the 2-minute offense is critical. We've taken it for granted for so long because Drew Brees operated it so well, so you just took it for granted that the Saints would be good at it. But now you see how much practice they really put into it.
And as always, head coach Sean Payton addressing the media post-practice. He talks about being in the Dome for the first time.
Try to come in here once a year before the start of the preseason, even to get used to the lighting, but also the turf is new each year, so it's a little spongy, I would say, tonight.
Well, JD, we also heard from running back Alvin Kamara for the first time since really early in training camp, and as always, very loquacious, had a lot of things to say, specifically about the quarterback battle and what's going to happen. And basically, Alvin said, look, whoever the quarterback is, we got to roll with it. We can't worry about if it's Jameis or if it's Taysom. We got to get it done.
Yeah, there is a level of expectation that comes along with being an offensive player for the Saints. This has been a top 10 offense every year since 2006, and they want to make sure that they continue that.
Here is Alvin Kamara on the quarterback battle.
They're embracing it. They're doing what they have to do every day to get better. I mean, some days are better than others. Some days it's a learning. I mean, it's a learning experience. But I think they're having fun with it, and they're just competing. Both of them showing what they got. So
here's Alvin Kamara on Jameis Winston.
Don't do what he did in this league by accident. Like it's no, you don't do that. You know what I'm saying? It's too high level. It's too high level competition to be able to just come in and be like, oh, I just threw for 5,000. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You can't do that. So, I mean, I have the ultimate respect for Jameis. Period. Like this is just point blank now. Coming in and not really having the reps last year, sitting behind Drew and not having that experience. I mean, it just is what it is. You can't kind of. It's hard to get better when you don't have the reps. You know, those in-game reps and I mean just the practice reps. So what he's been able to do this camp is, I mean, get in there, get the reps, get the the preseason experience, and run with the ones and really kind of show what he got and show his talent.
Now we hear Alvin Kamara on Taysom Hill.
Taysom, I think he's calm. He gets in there, he executes his assignment, and he just he got a certain level of poise about him to where he's done it before in this offense, and I mean he got confidence in that.
Well, as we mentioned earlier during the Superdome practice, very heavy emphasis on the 2-minute drill, and head coach Sean Payton talks about the importance of working on these 2-minute situations.
Yeah, we can't get enough of that work because every year at the end of the year there's 130 or 40 2-minute snaps defensively, offensively, and they're generally pretty critical snaps either at the end of the half or the end of the game. So you guys see them all. I mean, you just turn on the finish of every game and someone's defending to win or scoring to win, and then occasionally you don't have a 2-minute drill because the score is, but it's going good. We need a lot of work at it.
When we return to the New Orleans Saints training camp report, it'll be the final segment of the show. It's Todd Graffinini, it's John DeShazer right here on CST, presented by SeatGeek. It is the final segment of the New Orleans Saints training camp report right here on CST. I'm Todd Graffinini. This is John DeShazer. JD, we've seen 20 practices now. Me and you, we've seen every single rep. We've seen one preseason game with a couple to go. Just your general thoughts. Just me personally, I think it's been a testament to head coach Sean Payton and the assistants, the staff, because it's basically been business as usual. There hasn't been a whole lot of drama. There hasn't been any type of, off the field, on the field, things that the media has written about. It's been basically a business type atmosphere all camp long.
Well, when you think about it, this is a veteran coaching staff, so they understand what they're doing. It's pretty much a veteran defense for the most part. So when you're talking about defensive coordinator Dennis Allen, he knows exactly what he wants to install, and his players know exactly how he wants it done. So the real only difference, the big difference obviously, is that quarterback, where they're trying to figure out between Jameis Winston and Taysom Hill who's going to be the New Orleans Saints' first opening day starting quarterback since 2005. Seems like forever ago, because it was, because you don't have a lot of starting quarterbacks to last that long. But it's really been a business approach because, you know, most of these guys have been around so long and they understand the routines.
We've been asking the question all summer long. As soon as we heard that Drew Brees was not coming back, is it going to be Jameis? Is it going to be Taysom? Well, regardless, running back Alvin Kamara will throw his name in the ring.
Have they not given you a fair enough shot at the job?
They haven't at all. They didn't. I didn't know off-season talking to me in the quarterback battle. Nothing. No, nothing. No ESPN hot takes. Nothing. So, I mean, I'm keeping my arm hot.
Well, that is going to wrap it up for the New Orleans Saints training camp report right here on CST. We have had a great time for the last 3 weeks, bringing you daily what we have seen during each and every practice. JD, can't thank you enough. You're a true professional as always. And now let's play some games. I'm ready to watch some games.
Well, I am too, and you also, true professional. Hopefully we have entertained as well as informed, and hopefully you guys learned something by watching.
For John DeShazer, for our videographers, editors, and producers, Ashley Amos, Lane Murdoch, Brendan Hassett, I am Todd Graffinini. Thanks so much for watching the New Orleans Saints Training Camp Report right here on CST, presented by SeatGeek.